I am camping this time around. So I've got a tent, sleeping pad, got a pack of quilts, tripod, trekking poles, sunglasses, you know, GoPro camera, light, a hammock, hats, a couple water bottles, you know, just stuff. Then I need to go pack clothes and everything. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to Seattle.
Please hold on. This train is departing. The next stop serves gates E23 through E40 and the Grand Hyatt. Make sure you have all of your belongings and watch your stepping.
I could be happy with that. It's the end of day one. I am at Stone Creek Lodge. I went from Knoxville, Tennessee up to Seattle, drove out to Mount Rainier. Now I'm at the base of it. Here's a pro tip for you. Get groceries before you head out to a park. Here's a better pro tip. Have a plan, because I did not. Clearly. All sorts of snacks, but not actual meals. At least I got a couple drinks. So, see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's 6:30 a.m. Sunday, second day. I'm here at Stone Creek Lodge at the base of Mount Rainier. And it's time to go pack up and head out to the national park. Heck yeah! Ah, yeah! Pretty good. How about you?
Good, thank you. Did you want a newsletter today?
Yeah.
Good. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too. As long as I can find a parking spot, it'll be fine. I can walk to wherever. Well, at least on the main part around Paradise Inn. If I travel anywhere, I download all the Google Maps and all the AllTrails. Now that does depend upon you having some sort of GPS signal. So that's not like a replacement for offline navigation. It's not a replacement for a compass or whatever. But it is still a good thing to do, because over here on my dashboard, I can see the map. And wow, I am a couple thousand feet up, and you are climbing. That's incredible. Did you see that bike? Like this elevation and the steepness? That's amazing. Like, I wonder what they're training for. Don't know how well it shows, but I'm climbing up the side of the mountain. I've been hiking for about 10 minutes, give or take, up the side of this mountain. This is snow. Well, more accurately, it's ice. It feels like ice, sliding all over the place. I forgot my micro spikes at home, so yeah, I'm in trouble. And the gear rental is right outside the park, I think. Or at very least, the visitor center is open for a couple more hours. And I'm not driving another 40 miles out to go rent gear and get back. So I'm just struggling up the side of this snow mountain at Mount Rainier. I put sunscreen on. I'm still gonna get sunburn, I bet. Oh Lord. That's straight uphill. Oh, that's brutal. I hate that. Remember, this is not a race. People have overtaken me. They've passed me. I haven't passed anyone. I'm crawling. I don't even know if the audio is being picked up here. It's a little windy, but not too bad. And there's where I came from, straight down. It's one of the vistas, it's a false summit. So as it turns out, I'm not on the trail. I'm on a trail, but not the trail. And it's over there. I've accidentally gone on the hard path, which is straight up for skiing. Okay, this is the worst. I'm looking at that, and that is steep. That's ridiculous. And people are climbing it with 30 pounds, 40 pounds of snow gear. That just looks straight up. I don't have micro spikes. It might be Mount Hood in the distance. Oh, or it might be over there. I don't know which. But
Are you guys going to use crampons? Maybe when we need them. I don't know, we also brought a bunch of micro spikes, so. Okay. Micro spikes should be enough for today.
so I might be approaching halfway down. It's absurd. Well, look at that parking lot. That's why you get here early. People lining up. Look at the base there. That's what the start of the trail looks like. There's a bathroom over there. There's the only thing open at when I came in like 8 a.m. or something. It is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. So this is Reflection Lake. That's Mount Rainier. I went up to Panorama Point, which is only like, it's not even halfway up the entire thing. So, you know, I barely scratched the surface and I still thought that was one of the hardest hikes of my life. Physically, exhausted. Cardio, fine. Emotionally, oh, that was a roller coaster. I don't know how well that shows on camera. This is a widescreen camera. That tree is like 8 feet across. That's enormous. That's like 10 feet across. That's absurd. Today was Mount Rainier National Park. Got in bright and early, beat the crowds, at least when I got in, so I got a good, moderately decent parking spot. I went to Panorama Point, and it was entirely snowbound, straight from the parking lot all the way up there. When I started, it was mostly icy, but by the time I came back, there was more and more melting, because it wasn't freezing weather. This is like 58 degrees. I was sweating up there on Panorama Point. It's hot. And so all this ice and snow was melting. And all the people, there's a lot of people, just made tracks. And some of those tracks are okay. Some of them almost function as stairs, like boot prints left. You can step in it. Pretty decent chain hill hold, at least on the way up. And then on the way down, less and less guarantees. It was a slip and slide on the way back. I became a cautionary tale where during one of the switchbacks, there was this little gap where the snow and ice was melting and falling away. And so I slipped, fell, and crawled my way across, grabbing on the snow to pull myself forward. And a park ranger 60 feet down at the next switchback saw me up above and used me as a cautionary tale to everyone standing there watching me. So I think I'm the one that caused him to just start turning away people right there at that point, at least if you don't have the proper mountaineering equipment. So it was all right going up, icy, the ledges held. On the way back, it was dangerous. And I kind of knew that would be bad going back. So it's kind of a stressful time at Panorama Point. Like, I enjoyed the view, but the entire time I was just thinking, I have to go back down. It was fine, but that was exhausting. Every snow mile counts as like 2 or 3 regular miles, right? So right now I'm just chilling at Stone Creek Lodge. It's 4:40, which in Eastern time, which is the time zone I'm still mentally in, it's like 7:40. And so none of the restaurants really just spoke to me at the moment. So I stopped by a little convenience store, not grocery store. Picked up a bottle of orange juice, bananas, Hot Pockets, and something else. And so that combination with all my snacks means I'm mostly making poor choices again this evening. It's really nice outside. Got air conditioning going. As places go here at the base of Mount Rainier, it's not bad because I can see mountains above those trees right there. These are nice trees, so don't tell them, but I've been picking up postcards. This is my Mount Rainier collection so far. I know someone who likes postcards. Won't name them. But got an entire stack of like a dozen here, all selected varieties. So this is what a trip with me is like, where I go on sometimes stupid, sometimes interesting, always scenic views, drive around a while to get to the next view, and then once you're exhausted, hang around somewhere. Because at this point, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm so tired. I'm gonna do nothing. Maybe I'll check back in later. See ya. Okay, it's day 3, and I'm at Stone Creek Lodge near Mount Rainier, at the base of Mount Rainier. Packing up. It's 6 in the morning, almost 6 in the morning, still 5 something. Got my snack bag, got my little bag. Okay, so this is a bag I always keep in my little day pack. I just carry camera gear with me, so I'm just always ready to go. Just take the backpack, get out of the car, go walk to something, and if it turns out to be something longer, I have water and snacks. Occasionally I carry extra weight, and most of it I don't really have cause to regret it, because it just takes the pining out of it. I just have to take up the camera, take the pack, got my snacks, go. So also got some extra water there because as I was driving through the town yesterday, I stopped, got some food at the deli, and there was a water boil order. So felt like a pretty good idea to get some more water just to have on hand. Coffee, morning coffee. So camera download. So I took apparently 85 pictures yesterday. I didn't realize it. I take a lot more pictures than I actually post. And then I cut out the pictures that just are less than the others, or maybe they're blurry, or maybe just whatever made them the wrong picture. And I download it because my camera just, it feels good to have a backup, right? It's a nice little bag. They asked if I wanted an extra little bag at the gift shop, and they pointed at it like, yeah, it's got my Rainier on. It's like, just, it's extra. It's nice. And otherwise, there's a cabin, at least the remnants of it. And I'm gonna head out pretty soon, right after coffee, picture download, getting dressed. It's quite a nice little place. Look at that, the world's largest spruce tree. So look, that's the Pacific Ocean. Never actually seen it before, so top 2 oceans I've ever seen for sure. I cannot entirely tell you how good this ocean breeze feels after being in a car for 3.5 hours, going through so many construction zones, like my goodness. And finally to the Pacific Ocean, going up the coast, gonna go see some rainforests. case the other microphone didn't pick it up, I'm at Ruby Beach. It's kind of loud here. It's really pretty. It's also really crowded. So I found this little space in between the two rocks, and I set my camera down right on the beach, on a rock on the beach. Just set to record. With the glare on the sun, I can't see a thing. But I hope the footage is interesting, at least. So this is Ruby Beach. I'm right at the parking lot. Getting my little Google Maps navigation set up because I'm about to drive 32 miles all the way to Ho Rainforest Visitor Center. And my goodness, my hands are still sunburned. Like, I put on sunburn yesterday and then I forgot my nose, my neck, and my hands. So, you know, I got my face, cool. But then I just missed. I was in too much of a rush to get up the mountain. And look how that turned out. Like, the weather down on the beach, amazing. That sea breeze, perfect. But over there in the parking lot, just all that heat's being reflected and it's not nice. So, like a usual parking lot. There once was a ship that went to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy LT. The winds blew high, winds blew low. Blow, my bully boys, blow. Soon may the wellman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. We'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on us a right gale bore. Captain called all hands on deck, we took that whale in tow. Soon may the wellman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tugging is done, we'll take our leave and go. I want to see mountains again, Gandalf, mountains, and then find somewhere quiet to finish my book. A lot of my filming is not pre-planned. I just take a camera, take a GoPro, and I start walking somewhere. And I find what I find along the way. And if I were not talking to a microphone right now, I would probably be calling, I don't know, someone in family and annoying them. Because I'd be bored just driving. And they can attest to that I call people up and just annoy them because I get bored during driving. So you might be asking yourself, does Daniel plan out all these trips? What do I do? And the answer is usually that I just have knowledge. That is most of my schedule. I know the general area I'll be in. I look up and have the general highlights of the area, and then I make split decisions based upon driving up to things. Like some things like the big national parks, there's no decision. I'm going in. I'm going into that national park. Somewhere like that Ruby Beach I was just at. That's a split decision. I was passing by, I knew it was there, and it looked okay. So I turned off. Glad I did, even if it was crowded. It's a really interesting beach. So, knowledge, a couple certainties, and then of course, if I have any hotel reservations, which I don't always, but I usually do, that's the only thing that really determines where I'll be for the night. And even then, sometimes I just keep driving if I'm not ready to stop for the day. I don't do it often because it depends on the cancellation policy, but sometimes I have. Look, it's the river. Driving by the side of the river. Down, down, down by the river. Still 7 miles. When you're going this slow, it takes a while, it just does. But this is my favorite road so far today. I drove from Mount Rainier, starting at Mount Rainier today, or the base of it. It was interesting at first, but after a while, a lot of just the stuff in between Rainier and here It starts to look the same after a while, after 100 miles. It's still neat to be all the way across the country from where I live, from where home is. But I planned entirely too much driving for this trip. It's just like brushing off, like, yeah, it's gonna be easy. It's not hard, but driving still takes some mental effort and it takes time. I knew it. Thought I'd shrug it off. Some regret right now. Maybe I'm just hungry. Regret and hunger usually go hand in hand. There's the sign. Yeah. Metered traffic ahead. Oh, it says the parking lot's full. Well, I'm not turning around. They're gonna have to tell me to leave. And it says, I think that said 1 hour delay if you were at that sign. Did someone put those signs out today? If there's this many signs, I'm actually assuming that these are just normal signs placed out here.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. Would you like a parking lot today?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have fun.
If I publish any of this footage, you're gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna think I'm insane both for and how badly I sing, and then also just talking to a camera with no one else in the car. A bayou, a swamp. Okay, here's what I'm expecting. People just parked on the side of the road. That's more typical. A soft shoulder. Backpacker parking.
In 600 feet, turn right.
Warning. Only parking designated sites. Additional parking over there. Yeah.
Turn right, then turn left.
Yep. Employee parking. This is more in line with what I expected. No, it's handicap. Okay. I thought about right there, but that's... I really don't like that slope. And those two gaps, I don't... It says hiker parking. Let's see if we get lucky with a parking spot. Is that a parking spot? Is it? It might be. Amazing. This is the start of the Ho Rainforest Hall of Mosses, I think. In the area, at least. feel like I'm in Jurassic Park. This is incredible. Don't know how well it shows on camera, but those trees are huge.
I don't get those signs, huh? Some smileys say, oh,
This looks prehistoric. This is just absurd and amazing. think this is the Ho River Trail. I saw a sign saying to beware of aggressive elk. Yes.
Okay, and we don't
And
want
I-
to rush.
And I feel that this, I mean, as gorgeous as this is going to be more the same. And everything I read said that all these information is coming from. So I would almost suggest.
Landed in Forks, Washington after a day at Ho Rainforest, Ruby Beach, Cavalier Beach, the Tree of Life. You know, basically a big road trip from Mount Rainier west all the way here. It's been somewhere about 200 miles, might be 300 by now, with all the stops and detours and just things. Got some food, gonna have an early night. Honestly, this isn't bad. I've stayed in a lot worse. 6 a.m. It's Tuesday. Time to wake up. Time to go to Olympic again. This is the Grove of Ancients. These trees are enormous. So look at that, empty parking spaces up here at Solduck. I was so worried it'd be crowded. Instead, there's even plenty of spaces down there. Like, I know it's a Tuesday, but it's after 8 o'clock. Where is everybody? So this tape right here says crime scene, do not cross. And this is Solduck Trail up to Solduck Falls. So just in front of me, I saw like 2 different couples cross this tape and go anyway. One of them said that someone fell off the falls a day or 2 ago. I don't know if this is true. I don't have internet to check. It's what they said. Presumably they had some knowledge before coming up here. But I don't think I'm going to cross that crime scene tape, so... Well, back to the car I go. And it's such a shame because there's so many empty parking spots. Like, I thought I hit the jackpot, the lottery. Well, let's keep on going around the park. See those water fountains? Fill up every chance you get at a park. So just reached Hurricane Ridge. It's really high up, and I'm going somewhere. Just gonna go on a trail, see where it takes me. Up on Hurricane Ridge. Still snow on the northern sides. So at most parks, most national parks at least, there's a map on a bandana that's either kind of in the form of a gator or just a big kind of cloth map that you can hang on the wall. Every single one, every single park that has one of these, I buy one, and I kind of have a collection of these going. I don't remember how many I have. I'll have to go film that at home, but I don't know, I just kind of like them. Look at that log bridge. It actually looks a little sketchy. I'm just not a big log bridge person. So across the inlet, across the ocean there, wherever it is, you see Canada up there. See that distant smudge? That's Canada. Behind me, where I just drove from, is Port Port Angeles. And up there is Hurricane Ridge, which I was on about 2 hours ago. At least I think that's Hurricane Ridge, maybe the one behind it, I don't know. I was up there. Now I'm just chilling down by the beach. If you see me wandering around the city, it's because I'm tired and no longer going on long hikes. So this is relaxation for me. So it's 5 o'clock on Tuesday, which is the third day? Sounds right, feels like longer. So just landed at the hotel. I'm in Port Angeles, Washington. Picked up a cream beer and some tea and a tiny key lime pie. Tiny little single serve, like half a bite one, down a local health food store. Just wander around downtown for a little bit. Don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I'm exhausted and might fall asleep early. Here we are, Wednesday, day 4. So over halfway done. It is 8:16 a.m., which is by far much later than I have started any of these days. So I'm behind in that sense, but my ferry doesn't leave for another 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I have a reservation, but I can't go earlier because they're all booked. So I'm just kind of relaxing today so far. Relaxing might be a strong word. Exhausted is a better word. I actually kind of hate ferries. They're enclosed spaces. Even if you can walk around just down the middle of the ocean, hunk of metal, not my thing. And they're slow. Mostly just because you have to wait in line to board. Just pulled up to North Cascades Visitor Center. Been a long drive to get here. Ever been camping before? Not with me. You know, this ain't bad. It's kind of close to other campsites, but I've seen closer for sure. Plenty of tree cover. See the bathrooms over there, a trash can. I saw a water spigot not too far down the road. So, everything's about as close as I could want. Of course, because I'm in the Pacific Northwest, got a bear box. Yeah, gotta use it because I just have a bunch of food lying around in my car, no cohesive order. I have a hammock, not a real camping hammock, but a hammock I can use, and a tent. I don't really expect rain, but might as well have it just to be handy. So, down here at the edge of the campgrounds is the lake. Look at that. Can't really see from the campsite because I'm in the woods, but this is the surrounding terrain. Not bad. It's a little windy, but it feels pretty nice. The most important part of camping is to never show up without food. So of course, going to bear country, I packed the smelliest food I could. Dairy Queen and Starbucks. And I've got some more snacks in the car to put in the bear box over there. Okay, so got some Powerades. Got a Arizona green tea with ginseng honey. So these teas, Arizona teas in general, they are like my travel and camping across the country drink. I first had them in Bryce Canyon, Utah, I think. And it felt pretty special because that was with Darkest Hour. And since then, they've just become a habit to pick up. But it's a can. It's full of smelly juices. Smelly to a bear, at least. And then also we got sun chips and food. Peanut M&Ms and a bit of other things. And it all has to go in the bear can. In the bear box. So let's take it on. And there's some water. I'm going to leave the waters out. They've never had anything but water in them. So it's kind of sketchy territory because they're supposed to be in there because they've been around food. So they do have smelly things in there. So maybe they should go in. I brought a hammock with me. I don't intend to sleep in it, but it's nice to sit on. This one's a hummingbird hammock. I've had it for some years. Primary draw is that it's super lightweight. It's not very strong, so I have to be careful. That's nice and convenient. Because I do have dedicated camping hammocks. I didn't bring any of them because I didn't know what the campground was like. It might not show up very well on camera, but there's actually a fair amount of bugs over here. So glad I brought a tent as well. Though I wish I brought a camping hammock with the bug nets instead of just this. Most of camping is just sleeping in a different place, eating in a different place. and finding enough comfort that you don't hate it. Well, I tell you what, those mosquitoes are making me hate this hammock. So, I'm gonna walk down to the lake, go see what's up. Then when I get back, I'll set up a tent. Okay, it's time to set up a tent. I have a trekking build tent with me. I have a couple tents, but this one is my favorite. I've had it the longest. And it also fits in my check bag on the airplane. And I've got the trekking poles because these provide the structure. So the way it goes is I take off little rubber tips that I usually have on, not always, but usually. And I extend this out to normal, almost a normal length. And it's gonna go in one side to help hold it up. Also, you may have noticed me pushing these stakes into the ground with my shoes. I'm only doing that because these are shepherd hooks that bend up at the top. Don't do that with normal stakes, where if you push down hard enough, they go through your shoe. This could still go through my shoe, but it's a lot less likely right here. So for sleeping pad, I brought a Nemo 10 shore long wide. This one's pretty old. I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Pretty old for a sleeping pad that's prone to failure. Just all of them are. I did not bring a pump. That's my mistake. So this has a pretty good insulation value. Don't really need it, but if you're making a choice when saving on volume in your pack, go for the more insulated sleeping pad instead of a better sleeping bag. I brought a very, very thin quilt with me today, so I've made that choice purposefully to save on airline check-in space. This is how big my sleeping quilt is. It's not a sleeping bag. It's a quilt, which is just fancy backpacker speak for a blanket. And this is a 40 or 50 degree lined equipment down quilt, so it actually punches above its weight class. It's pretty decent. Now with all that, a tent, a sleeping bag, and a quilt, that's actually enough to go backpacking, and I have. There's a reason there's bear boxes right over there. So, if a bear eats me tonight, this is the last recording telling you why. And if a bear does eat me, my house is salvage rights. Whoever gets there first, call it maritime law, piracy, whatever you want, have fun. I've got prosciutto over there in the bear box. So I'm basically a beef Wellington to a bear. See that little chipmunk? I walk 13 feet away, he immediately jumps up on the table and is like, I want my chips. Get out of here. You really don't care at all. Someone's fed you. Are you a chipmunk? So mosquitoes are bothering me, so I'm just gonna go hang out in the tent for a while. It's still only like 5:45, so too early to sleep. We'll just be hanging out. So I do, just in case I accidentally fall asleep, have a little headlamp. I have a down jacket, in case I need extra layers. I don't think I will, but as just in case. And I forgot to pack a pillow. So I've taken the map I bought at the Olympic, or sorry, this is the North Cascades one. North Cascades been down. I've stuffed my jacket in there. I'm gonna see how that works as a pillow. No, I've had worse pillows, like no pillow, but it is okay. Even if I wanted to take an afternoon, early evening nap, the RV in the spot next to me is the start of their generator, so my loss. I actually did fall asleep, take a nap. I can hear a family that's just moved into the campground next to me on the other side. Day 6. 6 a.m. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere in North Cascades, and I just stopped at Washington Pass. See how it goes. There's a wanted for murder sign back there on the billboard, so probably not a good place to be by myself if there's those strangers about. You know, this is one of the best views I've ever seen. Well, parking garage is in the basement, underneath the building. It's kind of spooky down here.
The train is arriving. Please step back to allow passengers to exit before boarding the train. So I've bought a couple tickets so far, one for the bus, one for the monorail, and I've used both successfully in some places and then unsuccessfully just now. So I got out here a mile or two out. Now it's time to walk back because I have no choice. It's day 7. Gonna go get dressed, go down to breakfast, and head out to the airport. Actually, it's too early for the airport. Go do something else instead. Pretty neat spot.
Yeah.
there's never a right time. You just go and see what's there. On every trip, there are stages of it being a good trip or a bad trip. When you're in the airplane, or when I'm on the airplane, and when I'm going hours in it, that's regret. I ate the most pathetic sandwich yesterday, and I paid $11 for it because I was in the airport, and that's, well, I didn't really have any other option. I was already late for boarding because of a connecting flight. Anyway, that's regrets. Not being able to stand up or really move for 4 hours because I'm crammed in a seat. This, seeing these trees, seeing this drive, knowing that I am about 10 miles from the parking lot for what I hope is an epic hike, this is when the excitement really starts to build back up, because this is nice. Now, contrary to what may be, what I may sound like, I'm not really a road trip person. I don't do it for fun. I do it with an objective in mind. This, going up as far as I can, as far as I safely can, on Mount Rainier, that's fun. It looks awesome. This is great.